Hey everybody. I hope everybody is well, but I would like to talk about the wasted youthful years, which is chapter 6 of my book, Womanhood in the Midst of a Careless Society. Thought I would like to talk about the wasted youthful years. And according to this book, youthful years are ages between 14 and 34 as defined by Statistics South Africa. There is a saying that people like to quote when they are going to have fun, which says, "We are enjoying our youthful years. Sidla imihla yobutsha bethu." I've heard people talking about this, saying it, quoting it, but I wondered if exactly do they understand what they talk about, because there's always a behavior associated with enjoying their youthful years. In it, I've got an example of my son. He was in his teenage years when he went to the turning on of lights. In these big towns, in fact, even small towns, in our towns, the municipality will always put lights on before the first eve. So it has been made a big event where even children, you find children drinking, girls at the age of 12 drinking up until the early hours of the morning until they get drunk. I quote this story because I saw this firsthand when my son went there and he got hit by a car. Then I had to transfer him to a hospital and come back in the early morning, or in the early hours of the morning. My word, I saw young girls aged 12, 11 drunk, carrying bottles. And you wonder why we have the rape stats that is so high when children go unsupervised because they are enjoying their youthful years. And my worry is that we continue with this behavior, then by the time I make an example in my book of the fact that the age difference between 14 and 34 is 20. So if you've been wasting your youthful years from the age 14 to 34, it means you've been wasting it for 20 years. Come 34, you don't have education, you don't have a brighter future, you might have children, you might be having sicknesses. I'm not against people who have sicknesses, but revealing the socioeconomic challenges that we attract or we bring into our lives while we were trying to enjoy our youthful years. Because what I've noticed is we enjoy our youthful years by drinking liquor. We enjoy our youthful years by experimenting with drugs. We enjoy our youthful years by experimenting with sex, different men, different boys, different girls. So by the time we reach our real adult years, where life should make sense and should be enjoyed, we are injured here, or we are wounded in the heart. When we teach our children about sex education, we talk about the physical damage, how they would get pregnant, how they would they would be infected with sicknesses, but we forget to tell them about the emotional damage, where you get wounded by these different partners you change, by these different sex partners you change at a young age, enjoying your youthful years. So by the time you are meeting your real partner, your real soulmate, you are not trusting, because your emotions have been wasted to wrong people. Your energy have been wasted to the wrong people. No, you don't bring peace to your marriage. Whereas marriage is a system where we are supposed to be happy, where we are really allowed to do all the things that we were forbidden to do. But now we are exhausted because we were enjoying our youthful years. And while we were enjoying our youthful years, we got damaged and we damaged ourselves. Hence I thought, let me talk about this. and it is not addressed to adults already, but it is addressed mostly to the youth of today, who are not afraid to experience or to explore dangerous things. As I continue with the chapter, ne, as a parent, I keep on inquiring from other parents, ne, to hear their views on the behavior of our children today. From the conversations I have with parents, I have realized that we have run out of options. We have run out of solutions. We just trust God to take over into our children and help us. First of all, they have all the answers. You say this, they act like they know. You guide this way, they act like they know. And when they mess up, they come with the emotional blackmail, as if you are the one who's at the wrong, because they cannot stand up and admit. So they have this defense mechanism of convincing their minds that they are right, and it is always the parent that is wrong, whilst they continue to destroy their youthful years. In the past, before the perceptions were changed radically, I was under the impression that the destruction of children's school years started at the university level. I always thought it started at the university level. This myth I had was soon diminished when I realized the shocking age of the beginning of this destruction. It starts earlier than 17 or 18 years. Hence I used the definition of youthful years, 14. But sometimes even earlier than 14. We have children now who are active in every wrong behavior at the age of 12. I would like to first discuss what made me think that they start at the age I already mentioned, which is 17. Due to my humble background, I was 23 years old when I went to university. So I started university at the age of 23, not 17. This is what I have observed and what influenced my thinking. This will change when I tell you about new observations discovered later. Our youth apply to study at the university. Before they apply to study at the university, they are under the control of the parents. So this was my perceptions before it got changed by the fact that actually they start earlier. So I'm talking now about those that contained themselves until the age maybe 17, when they started to live alone at university. So when they come at university, they've never been away from the parents. So there's always those SRC guys who pretend to help them to get accommodation. What I noticed in my university years is that while they are pretending or they are helping, they also choose their victims, who they will make their girlfriends, the girlfriends that they don't love, because most of the time they do have their steady girlfriends, but they would use them to break their hearts, to use their tiny bodies, then go back to their lives and then destroy them, because this one is young. She has not been exposed to this kind of behavior. She thought this man loves her, he sleeps with her, then he abandons her or he neglects her like a piece of paper. Some, because they are fragile, they get hurt. After getting hurt, some leave school, some become suicidal and so forth, because 17 is still teenage years and they were under the protection of their parents. Now when they arrive here, they get this kind of hurt. So I always reprimanded people and always guided people about the years of coming to university, where you think you've guided your child, but when they arrive there, they meet this other parent who teaches them things, who tells them that they are free from parents now, they are adults, but forgetting that their hearts are still fragile. They need our protection. So parents need to guide their children and alert them of what might happen at university. I'm also aware of the fact that, which is something that I also learned at university, that some guys become devious. I don't know if it is a response to the hurt or what, but they become devious. That they form groups, ne? And then they would have these three C's of men, ne? C for cash, C for C for cash. Okay, I've forgotten about it. I'll come with it now. I don't want to read while I record this, but they would have these three C's, but the one is three. Oh, I remember. One is having a car. Remember, she doesn't even have a car. She's still young, but she's looking for a man who's having a car. The other C is cash. Then the other three is not really used, but is the one that is loved, you know. So, oh, it's for cell phones, the third one. Okay, it's the car, it's the cell phone, it's the car, it's the cell phone, is the cash. Then the fourth one is the one that they really love, who doesn't have anything yet. You know, I'm cautious of doing this while I record and look into the book. So I'm trying to make it to remember, because it is something that I wrote, so I have to remember. So through that, the concept of sugar daddies is introduced to our girls, which is where the distraction starts. I'm just empowering the parents so that they empower their children about these things, because it comes with them paying. They will pay in the end, because they will destroy them in one way or another. By the time they become the real adults, they are destroyed. I will continue. It is quite a long chapter, which I would like to talk about, but my videos do not allow me to record so many videos. So I'll continue with it at some other time. God bless you. Bye.